You can we on.
Con.
Yeah, we on.
All right. We the brothers of Birmingham. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
To
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Bahashem,
Rakakadash.
Rakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. It's your brother Dawada.
And the brother Ra'ain.
And this lesson, man, is going to be going into prophecy. Like Apostle Elder Tahak coined this year of prophecy, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And all these things are playing out on a rapid rate right now. Why? Because Yahweh Shah Shah is speeding up the time for the elect's sake. Did you get that for me right there, Baba Kashah?
The Alexei.
Khan. He's speeding up the time for the elect's sake. All right? You got the rumors of wars, you got earthquakes, wildfires, volcanoes going off, these different things that Yahweh Shah Shah is bringing to pass. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You got that for me
Yeah,
out?
yeah,
Khan.
and this is the book of Matthew 24 and verse 22. It said, but those days, he said, except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh, there should be no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
That's why these things are coming up fast and faster for the elect's sake. Because
Mm-hmm.
we waking up on a rapid rate. So Yahweh Shah Shah said, hey, let's go ahead and speed this thing up. All right? We going to get into an article. You got that article on Puerto Rico?
Yeah, kind of got it. This is
Okay,
the
con.
article from WashingtonPost.com. It reads, hit by devastating earthquakes, Puerto Rico still waiting on billions for hurricane relief. Just
Go ahead.
jump it down. It says as Puerto Rico weathers devastating earthquakes, the island is still waiting on more than 18 billion in federal funding that was designated after hurricanes that struck more than 2 years ago. And if I may add on that, that's when Trump started
Mm.
shooting them
Go.
paper towels with them Ephraimites, man. Basically, playing a joke on them. That was two
Con.
years ago, and they still ain't got that
That's,
money, man. It's only
that's
going
it.
to get worse. You
That's
know,
it.
it says on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday,
That's right.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi accused the Trump administration for acting unlawfully in withholding the money and called on officials to cease and desist the illegal activity.
Mm. Go ahead.
It says the holdup has continued past a congressional mandated deadline last fall for more than 8 billion of the aid to be officially announced as aftershocks continue to shake the U.S. territory after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake Tuesday morning. Democrats
Con.
sought to refocus attention on the delayed hurricane aid while questioning whether the federal government will give Puerto Rico what it needs to recover this time.
And if I may say, it's been over 1,000 earthquakes that have now hit Puerto Rico. So what
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing on your screen right now is the earthquakes in the last 7 days that been hit in the world, all over. The last 7 days, right? Since when? The year 2020, the year beginning of prophecy. All right. So Yahweh Shai is doing his work in the earth. Can we get Matthew 24 out?
Yeah, Khan.
Matter of fact, I read. I read it.
Khan.
I read it. Salakia. Screen
Yeah,
right quick.
I got some back in too.
Okay, come. So this is the book of Matthew. As soon as it come up, chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars. Matter of fact, make sure I'm sharing this. Okay, come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, so we hear about these wars and rumors of wars going on right now. All right,
Mm-hmm.
you had United States assassinate the general, second in command for Iran. You had Iran shooting missiles back at a base of the United States in Iraq, right? For a
Uh,
nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these things are the beginning of sorrow. So yeah, all these things are the beginning of sorrow, man. All right, this is just the beginning. So you got to hold fast and hold strong to your how about shower shot. All right, go ahead, Ike. You got it.
You see, I got something to back that up. It's the book of Second Ezra 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measures out the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, when I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's why I say measure
Beautiful
time
precept.
diligently is watching for the prophecies, man. You know?
That's it.
But point in verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we see that now, man. You know,
Yep.
these earthquakes and uproars of the people, people in Iran, they turn DTA, man. You know, because why they
Con.
want the government system to come down, man. This, basically, this dragon system to go down, man. You know,
That's it.
read it again. It says, therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. See, how about
That's it.
He already prophesied about the earthquakes to come and the hail to come and the pestilence to come to this place, man. You know, because why he prophesied about it, man. You know,
Con.
you
You
got.
got that. Go ahead.
I got another one for you.
I'm getting a precept to back you up.
All right, con. I got another one for you because Yahweh Shah, he already prophesied. Because that's the
Matter of
spirit of Yahweh Shah. It's the spirit of prophecy. This the book of Revelations
okay.
19 and verse 10.
That's it.
It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, seest thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. You know, you got to
That's it. That's it. Yapa, that's beautiful precept. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is what? The testimony of prophecy, man. That's the spirit we supposed to come in. I 55 and I'm moving too fast, so I'm gonna get it on. I'm gonna get it right here.
come.
This is the book of Isaiah, because he declared these things from the beginning.
That's
All
right.
right,
Right.
and his word is gonna come to pass. It's Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. So you how about y'all? Shall I say it's gonna happen? It's gonna happen.
That's
All
it.
right. Matter of fact, I got Salaki. Let me get another precept right quick. It's Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Right? So you heard about Shah say he's going to do all his pleasure. He declares the beginning from the end. You got it, out.
Okay, I got something to bag you up, because all this is what the
Con.
declared. He spoke this with his mouth. This the book of Daniel 4 and verse 35. It says, and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can say in his hand or say unto him, what doest thou? So
That's
all the
it.
things in the past is the will of Yahweh Shai. You can't tell the Lord who created the heavens and the earth, who created everything that we see today. You can't say, what are you doing, man? The only thing that the Lord is doing what he prophesied about, man. You know?
That's it. Con. And Yahweh Shah, man, he once again, if he said it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. He said
Is
we was
it?
gonna come over here on slavery on slave ship. Guess what? It happened. All
Is
right.
it?
And Shalom, Yahweh Shah, brought a thumb to all the brothers and sisters on the comment board. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. I got a precept
You
because
got
these things that Yahweh Shah, these earthquakes, these volcanoes going off. We got volcanoes. We got wildfires in Alaska. These things are scourges for the elect to understand and signs for them to get right.
it. Is it?
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 in verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on such strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath that made him. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. All right, these things are all created for vengeance. So you see an earthquake going off. All right, you see a volcano going off. All right, you know you had that volcano a couple weeks back that went off in New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? Killed a lot of Edomites. Right.
Con,
These things are what? The spirits of Yahweh shall shine. For what? For vengeance. Right? Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and swords, punishing the wicked to destruction. You see that? It's going to punish the wicked to destruction. The wicked two-thirds of our people and the wicked of these other nations. And the wicked who is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All
that's
right?
it.
Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. All right? They're not going to go against his word. There's no damn fallen angels. None of that bullshit. All right?
That's
They do
it.
what Yahweh Shah say do, point blank, period. You got it, out.
Yeah, Con got some back and up. This is the book
Come.
of Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye
That's
out the
it.
book of the Lord and read. None
That's
of
it.
these shall fail, and none
Mm-hmm.
shall want her mate. For my
Yeah.
mouth it hath commanded, and all the spirit it hath gathered them. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
Lord for these spirits out, man, for vengeance, man. You know, the Lord say, hey, go put them to death, you know. The Lord say, hey, go ahead, cause workers in the earth. Hey, guess what them angels are gonna do that, man? You know?
That's it. Beautiful. And let's you got that Alaska
Yeah, Con,
volcano
I got to
article,
pull it up
Q?
right now.
Okay, Kun, that's spirit. Let's jump into that right quick.
All right, it says Alaska volcanoes sustain eruption ground flights, safety alerts. It says an Alaska volcano shot an ash cloud about 5 miles, 8 kilometers in the sky on Tuesday, prompting flight delays and cancellations and raining volcanic particles onto at least one nearby county, official said.
Mm.
It says the ash
Go.
producing explosion at Shidelen volcano, about 680 miles southwest of Entourage, marked the biggest event about 6 months of an on and off eruption activity at the mountain, the Alaska Volcano Observatory reported. Now, if I may add on that,
On and off, man.
you see a
You
lot.
got it, Kun.
I'm about to say, if I may add on that, Alaska, nobody would never expect Alaska to be a place with a volcano, man. It's cold and dark up there, man. You know, but the Lord, he
That's
have
it.
a volcano that's been erupt up there, man. That's just the spirit of the Lord, man. You know,
That's it. Kun. You know, Yahweh Shah once again, he's showing the earth, man. And
that's it.
you gonna realize that it's Yahweh Shah that's doing this. All right. Go ahead a little bit more on that article,
Yeah, Khan. It says,
and we'll jump back
continuing
into the
on.
scriptures.
All right, Khan. It says, continuing on. It says the observatory issued a code red warning for air traffic at the Shishdan, a more serious level of an alert than a code orange. Posted during the past few months of oozing lava and occasional bursts of ash and steam. It says Switzerland sent an ash cloud of roughly the same height during a short burst on Friday, but Tuesday's event went on for several hours while it said it was a kind of a one-off. She said it more of a sustained activity, which means there are more volume of material coming out of the volcano. The elevation,
Mm.
duration, and the direction of Tuesday's ash plum, which drifted over land rather than entirely out of the sea, also posed a possible hazard to commercial jet traffic in the region, she said. It says a small amount of ash mixed with rain and snow was reported to have fallen in the village of Cold Bay, a community of several dozen residents about 58 miles northwest of Shistan, Wally said. But if I may, I'll add on that. It said it was raining ashes and snow, man. That's unusual, you know.
Mm.
That's something Esau
Con.
can't take on the forecast, man. Like the meteorologist, he can't say it's gonna rain ashes, man. Only how about you outside, he can do that, man. You know. The only
That's
thing
it.
the Lord is doing, man, he's showing you that he's well and alive, man. You know.
Hmm.
But you want a little bit more on this?
Yeah, you can finish that out. Yeah, it should be just a little bit more on that article.
All right, Con. It says Angela Simpson, an administrator for the town, said a more significant impact was the delay of regional commercial flights, except that day. Flights to at least one other it's like it says flights to at least one other community, the commercial fishing port of Unalaska Dutch Harbor, were also temporarily grounded. Regional airline Raven Alaska reported. Alaska's account for more than three-quarters of the U.S. volcanoes that have erupted during the. So I can read it again. It says Alaska account for more than three-quarters of all U.S. volcanoes that have erupted during the past 200 years, according to the observatory website.
That's
That's it
it.
on that.
So yeah, how about y'all shot? You got something out?
No, I'm gonna say that's it on the article.
Okay.
So like it.
Con. So yeah, how about y'all shot? No, they sent out and they're not gonna be turned back. Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 16, and let's start at verse 8. And I'm gonna read it out, and you can
All
get a
right, con,
sense. This is
con.
Second Ezra 16 and 8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Yeah,
A
con.
fire.
It's a mighty, so like it.
Go ahead, you got it.
It's the mighty Lord sending the plagues, man. You
That's
know,
it.
it's the Lord who's in control of all these things, man. Not Esau. You know, so a lot of people give Esau too much credit with their heart program, man. No, it's
That's
the
it.
high by outside who's really doing this, man. You know, but you got to select it.
No, you good. You good. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He
Mm-hmm.
shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
Yeah,
The
that's it,
Lord
man.
shall. Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
Oh, so like I about to say, that's it, man. Because the Lord, He's going to send these terrible plagues upon this place in America, man. He's going to
Hmm.
send these terrible, and we already know that the ultimate plagues are those ICBM missiles, man. But the
That's it.
Lord, He's already sending these plagues here and there, man. You know, the famine, the race wars, you know, the sedition
Hmm.
among men, you know, the martial law troops. The Lord, He's sending all these terrible plagues on everybody else, man. I mean, on all these
Hmm.
wicked generation, man. And the Lord said, who shall be afraid? Everybody's going to be afraid. Why? Because they realize that Yahweh Shemashah is alive and well, man. You know, they
That's it.
basically
Cut.
ignore it. They basically these basically people they basically ignored the Lord for thousands of years, man. You know, they basically thought the Lord was gonna basically let them live in their YOLO spirit. But like the scripture said, the Lord is long suffering, man. You know, you
That's
gotta
it.
do it.
And you know, how about Shao Sai say he gonna get his fame back? All
Is
right.
it?
You know,
Is it?
he was well known throughout the earth when he took us out of Egypt. All right. And now he's gonna get his fame back once again. You gonna know that it's a power in heaven, and he's what dealing with the children of Yasharallah. All right, the children of Israel. More important, the elect of the children of Israel. Going on. This is Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. The earth quakeneth, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. All
Mm-hmm.
right? Go ahead, out. You got it.
Yeah, but I said if I may add on that because even these animals know the power of the Lord, man.
That's it.
Even these because when like an earthquake happened, a dog started acting crazy, man. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
had a dog years back when it started thundering. It's gonna be a real bad storm. We're down here in Alabama. I think it was like 2011, 2012 when that big tornado hit. And we had a
Con.
dog, and before it hit, he was acting all crazy. He was acting all wild because why? These animals really know when the hot bashing out stopping to get down, man. You
That's
know,
it.
and then it also show you another clip. It was the earthquake that was in California. It was a like a surveillance clip. Soon as soon as the earthquake really hit, man, the dogs started running out the house, man. You know,
Wow, con. That's beautiful.
that's
You
it.
know, Yahweh Shah, that like these people still do not want to give Yahweh Shah credit for what he's doing in the earth. But it's gonna be made manifest at the end who is really doing this, who is controlling this. All
That's
right?
it.
Going on this second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. You got it out.
Oh
You
yeah,
already know what that
they
is.
call them ICBMs, man. You
That's it.
know, and then I got a precept with that, man, because hey, that's the
Kind.
place, that's the ultimate plague that Yahweh
That's it.
Shemashah going to give to this place, because these earthquakes is only going to get worse, man. You know,
That's
these
it.
earthquakes, you know what I'm saying? That's just something light that Yahweh Shemashah is showing, man. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
get worse as we go on, man.
That's it.
We already in the middle of Jacob's trouble, and it's only going to get worse before it get better, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I got something to back that up. This the book of this the book of Jeremiah 50, and I'm gonna start at verse this Jeremiah 51, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, again, him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in the bridge guard, spare ye not. It's like it says, spare ye not her, young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. And we already know that this place is the land of Chaldeans, man, that practice nothing. This basically is the land of witchcraft, man.
That's
You know,
it.
the different music and shit they play is nothing but witchcraft. And this place rightfully have to get destroyed, man, because this place is totally against the ways we have our shit now. You know, you got to do it.
Con. So you know, Yahweh Shah once again, man. He's showing these different signs. Why? So
Mm-hmm.
you can know what time we in. All
That's
right.
it.
You don't want to be caught out there. Um, this is Jeremiah chapter 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 1.
Con.
Then said the Lord Yahweh Shah unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people.
Yeah,
Cast them out
I
of
need to
my
add on
sight.
that. Like, yeah.
Go
I
ahead, you
need to
got
add
it.
on that. It say, through Moses stand still before you, my mind cannot be with these people. You know, them Ephraimites over there, man. They
Mm-hmm.
worship Mother Mary, man. They heavy into their idol worship, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what it's called, I forgot, Santa Maria,
That's
whatever it's
sexual.
called.
Yeah, yep. That's
They
it.
heavy
Sexual
into
Ella.
that, man. You know,
Yep.
Lord can't be with
Con-
guys. He can't be with the people like that.
That's
You
it.
gotta go up, so like,
You know, and that's why he done plagued them with over 1,000 earthquakes, man.
is
You
it?
know, before that, you just read about how that tornado came through and tore that place up, and they still haven't got the money from the government, to lift themselves back up. And you're not gonna lift yourself back up because once these plagues are sent out, guess what? They're not turning back. All right. This is going on in Jeremiah 15 and 2. And it shall come to pass, if they shall say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashai, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword,
Mm-hmm.
and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And guess what? Those things are coming, man. It's gonna be a great famine in this world, man. We got an article queued up, and we might not get to it because the spirit is flowing. But this article is talking about these floods, this bankruptcy that's going on in the Midwest, man. All right, Yahweh Shah sent those floods last year with the accumulation of all that snow, and it flooded out the Missouri and the Mississippi River to the point where they couldn't even grow any crops, man.
It's
All
it.
right, and it's gonna cause a great massive flood this year,
Mm-hmm.
Lord willing. All right, and that captivity is gonna be those FEMA caps, man.
It's it.
All
It's it.
right, verse 3. And I will appoint over them four kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear. Yeah, you read about in Wisdom of Solomon these beasts that you don't even know about yet, man. And they gonna come out there and rip your face off. All right. It says, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. All right, and we read about those fires of heaven in Revelations where they're going to feast on those men. All right, Yahweh Shai has promised them a feast, and that's what's going on. All right, let's you got a precept out?
Yeah, kind got some going back to our people. Just the
Okay,
book
come.
of Isaiah 1 and verse 4. It says, "A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupted. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One unto anger. They all gone. They are gone away backwards." It says, why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, the whole heart faint. And it said,
That's it.
they ain't gonna do nothing but to revolt more and more, man. You know, it's like we tell our people come back to your house about your shop, but they ain't gonna do nothing but to pluck up, man. Say sin is a rebellion to witchcraft, man. That's why the Lord gonna send these plagues on our people, man. You know?
That's it. Con, I got a precept to back you up, huh? This is Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and
Mm-hmm.
the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Yeah, man. 2/3 of our people hate the knowledge of the Bible. They hate
Mm-hmm.
knowing they Israelites, man. And they living in the house of mirth, man. All right. Verse 23. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon unto you. I will make known my words unto you. How is he making known his words? By the spirit of the prophets. All right. You know, you got starting with the apostle and elders on down. Been teaching this word 35 plus years, giving you the sense, letting you know what's coming ahead, and you don't want to turn to the reproof of the Lord, so you're gonna be destroyed. All right. Because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I will. So like I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. And guess what? We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna mock when your fear cometh. All right. Lord willing, we protected in that day. All right. We putting on like the elect. All right. We're doing the things to get salvation. All right. Verse 27. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. All right, and that's what's gonna happen. That's what's waiting for 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, in all lands. All
Mm-hmm.
right, you got a precept out.
Yeah, I got something to back you up. This is the book of Second Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "One to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands." It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their king or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." It says on verse 17, the part I want to get to, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And yeah, we're going to be laughing at those times, man. A nigga going to come to us crying that I can't see my dollar. She on the other side of town. We going to laugh at him, man, because that's going to be the
Come,
same guy who scoffed at us. We see out seeing him and his dog. They walk by the camp and they were scoffing at us, man. You know,
come,
and they're going to come right back around. They're going to see us again. We're going to be laughing, man. You
come,
know,
and yeah. So like, if I may say, yeah, how about South? He's gonna have it play out that way, so
that's
we
it.
can laugh at your ass. All right,
That's it.
you think it's all sweet now? All right, you got more on that out?
Now you got it. You got it.
Okay, Con, I got a precept. This is Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's gonna be a whole lot of death coming, man. All right? And starting with the apostles and elders on down, we've been prophesying and telling you this.
That's
All
it.
right? And you ain't want to hearken. We've been telling you that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. We've been telling you that it's going to be a World War III. All right? And when these things start being manifest, you want to make memes and you want to get sideways. Guess what? You're going to be caught out there. All right? Because you ain't want to listen to the words of Yahweh Shah. Verse 16. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. All right? And he answered me, saying, like as a field is, so is also the seed. As the flower be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. and the husband is himself, so is his husbandry also. For it was the time of the world.
Mm.
And now, when I prepared the world, which was yet, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, and now the manners of them which created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed. What's that perpetual seed, man? All right, who's been corrupting everybody? It's Esau, Edom.
That's
All
right.
right,
That's right.
and by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. Yeah, and our people don't want to go by the law of Yahweh Shah. They rid themselves. They want to hear smooth things. All right. So I considered the word, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it Salakia, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. That elect, all
That's
right?
it.
Yahweh Shah has saved the elect for himself, all right? Let the
I got something to back that
multitude,
up.
oh,
Like,
go ahead, all right, you got it,
I got
Salakia.
something to back that up.
Come,
Psalm 91 and verse 7, it says, A
that's it.
thousand shall fall by thy side, and
Mm-hmm.
10,000 by thy right hand, but it shall
Come,
not come nigh thee.
that's
It's
it.
somebody, it's that cluster, man, protecting that cluster of plates. What you got to
That's
do,
it.
up?
Come. And that's how Yahweh Shah wants it, man. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna prove us in these last days. All right.
That's it.
He's labored. Matter of fact, could you get Second Ezra 2 and start at like 26? I'm gonna
Con.
finish this off. This is Second Ezra 9 and 22. Let the multitude perish then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. All right, great labor, Yahweh Shah has made it perfect because He's gonna try us in these last days. All right, you got it out. Go ahead.
Yeah, Con, he said, this book of Second Ezra 2, he said, started on 26,
Let me make sure. That's what I want.
acquiring from my number.
Uh, you can drop down to
I remember started at verse 24. All the
yeah,
good,
yeah, yeah. All look good. Yeah. Go ahead. All right, you got it.
Yeah, this is the book Second Ezra 2 and verse 24. It says, Abide still, O my people, and take thy rest, for thy quietness shall come. Nourish thy children, O thou good nurture, establish
Mm-hmm.
their feet. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I may add to that, it's the John 17, man. You know, it says, all of them are dying, and all of them are mine, all of them are dying, and I have
Come.
not none that you have given to me. You
Yep.
know, verse 27, it says, Be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Sit.
It says, The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Mm. You
Like,
got it out. Go ahead.
continue on.
Yeah. Come.
All right, continuing on. It says, verse 30, it says, Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Remember thy children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth and shew mercy unto them, for I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty. Embrace thy children until I come and shew mercy unto them, for my wells run over, and my grace shall not fail.
That's it. Yahweh Shah grace is not gonna fail, man.
That's it.
He's gonna wake us up in these last days so we can get the hell out of here. You can jump down. You know what? Jump down to 35,
I
and
can. This is the book of
go ahead.
Second Ezra 2 and 35. It says, Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Flee the shadow of this world, receive the joyness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly."
And that's what we do. We testify our Savior openly. Why? Because we
Is it?
want to see the kingdom. All
Is it?
right? We want to flee from the shadow of death. All right? You got it out.
It says, verse 37, "Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that called you unto the heavenly kingdom. Arise and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received the glorious garments of the Lord."
That's it. Go ahead.
It says, "Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, whom thou have called from the beginning, may be hallowed."
See that? Called from the beginning, man.
Is
It's a
it?
thing called predestination in the scriptures. I got a
Is
precept to back you up on that. This is Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4. According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So it ain't of our will. None of these things that we're doing, this live stream ain't of our will. You brothers and sisters on the comment board, it's not of your will. You know, everything is controlled by Yahweh Shah. So
right.
it's his grace and mercy for us to be doing this at this time, man. What other else you can be doing in this wicked ass world is gonna be done away with, man. Alright? So you was predestined to get this truth, to understand this truth. You need to hold fast to it. You got it out.
Yeah, con. It says, continuing on at verse 42, it says, "I Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with song. In the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they that have put off the mortal clothing, and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they confess in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood stiffly for the name of the Lord.
See that? You stand stiff for the name of Yahweh Shah, man. It's a good chance you part of the elect. All right? Cause you doing the things to get salvation. All right? This I got a precept to back. You got something out? Go ahead.
Yeah, you got.
Okay, I got a precept to back you up regarding that. This is Revelation 7 and 9. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations, kindreds, and people, and tongues. Why it says all nations, kindreds, and people, and tongues? Because we've been scattered into all nations, and we have all different kindreds and tongues. All right, Israel's been scattered, man. That's part of the curses. It says, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, once again, those white garments, and palms in their hands. So John the Revelator seen the same vision that Ezra seen. And guess what? All those people were Israelites, man. All right? You got something out?
Yeah, Con, I got trying to back you up. This is the book of Revelations 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as a voice of many waters, and as a voice of a great thunderous. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung it as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts, and for the elders, and no man could not learn that song except 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And by
So
me, that's
go
you
ahead, you got it.
understand these scriptures, man. You
Mm-hmm.
understand the scriptures, not to understand these scriptures, know how to break them down. That's a blessing, man. That's
That's
the
it.
true meaning of being blessed. Is you understanding the scriptures, man. Just because you got $1,000 in your pocket, that don't mean you really blessed, man. You know, the real true blessing is have this understanding. That's why you have a shot say, blessed are your eyes for the see, your ears for the hear, man.
That's
Because we
it.
can see and we can hear that this fucking place is gonna get destroyed, and you have a shot, Lord, will be a part of that number. He's gonna save us from that destruction, man. You know?
That's it. If I may, I got a precept to back you up on that because as we sign and crying, Yahweh Shai, he's going around. It's like we started out. He's speeding up this time for the elect's sake because the elect is getting sealed in their forehead. All right,
That's
this
it.
is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after them through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. And those death angels, man, that
That's
we
it.
read about in Ecclesiasticus, that's not going to transgress his word. All right, when they go through the city, they gonna do what he say do. Salakia, Salakia, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And that word mark is tawah in the Hebrew, which means what? Exempt from judgment. All
That's
right?
it.
It says, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which before the house. So it's going to begin with the house of Israel, man. All right? 2/3 are going to be sifted out and die. All right? You got it out.
Y'all got something to back that up. It's the book of Second Ezra 15 and verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue and more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us, man. We continue to beg and pray to Yahweh Shema Shai that he destroy this place, man. You know?
That's it.
But continuing on, it said, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And that's Yahweh
Hmm.
Shema Shai. He's gonna avenge us, man. He's gonna
That's it.
receive us, man, because hey, we in this place suffering, man. We in this place
That's it.
basically going through hell, man. But guess what? Yahweh Shema Shai in due time, like I had mentioned earlier, man. He's gonna speed up the times to deliver us, man. Because if he don't, guess what? No fish should be saved, man. We will be
That's it.
everybody will be dead, man. You
That's
know?
it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I got a preset out for you to back you up. This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from all the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Once again, that's your multitude, kindreds, and tongues that Yahweh Shemshai going to sift the children of Israel, man. The elect of the Most High, right? The Israel of the Most High. All right? It says, For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon earth.
Mm.
All the sinners, not some, all the sinners of my people, right? He's going to start at the house of Israel first, right? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Yeah, man. 2/3 of our people are in the house of Mur, man. They don't even see the prophecies coming. And they're going to be caught out there. They're going to be caught off guard, right? He's going to come as a thief in the night when no man going to be able to expect it. All right? You got it out.
Yeah, kind of got something back there. This is the book of Zechariah 13 and verse
That's it.
8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. And if I add on that, because we're going through hell now, man, we're going through that furnace of adversity, man.
That's
You
it.
know, but these 2/3 and these other niggas, they're going through that. They're gonna have to go through that real fire, man. You
That's
know,
it.
fire and brimstone. You know, if you don't get caught by the famine, if you don't get caught by the sword, if you don't get caught by the concentration camp, that's what the Lord He's gonna put that ICBM missiles on you, man. You
That's
know?
it.
But if you read this again, it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is my power.
You got it out.
Okay, yeah, it's us, man. We the ones that's really calling on the Lord, man. We're
Hmm.
not calling on Chesney Bush here, on Mother Mary, on any other thing. We're calling on the Lord, the true Lord and Savior of the power of heaven and earth, man. You know,
That's
we
it.
calling on Him, man. He and Lord, He hear us, man, because we sincerely calling on Him. We're not calling on Him on no BS, to get a new car. Now we calling Him to get saved, man. You
That's
know,
it.
you gotta go.
If you could find that precept with no more stay upon, it may be Jeremiah 16:14. With no more stay upon them that smite him. It might be that. You know, it's like I don't. It might not be that. But let me get. I know it said no more stay upon those who oppress us, or some to that effect.
I got y'all.
This is Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yeah, man, when them ICBM missiles come, we go into it all the time. It's not going to be no quick death. Malachi says burn as hot as an oven.
That's
All
it.
right, and things melt in the oven. You're gonna be melting. All right. Yea, I will gather you, and will blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. All right, and that's the vengeance of Yahweh Shah Shah. Did you
Mhm.
find that for me out?
Yeah, kind of got it. This is the book of
Okay, come.
Isaiah
That's
10
it.
and verse 20. It
Mm-hmm.
says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and
That's it.
are escape of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power.
That's it. Come. And that's the work that Yahweh Shah Shah is gonna do, man. All
Mhm.
right. You know, you got anything else out?
Yeah, I got some
Okay, come. Go ahead.
go back on that on that Muslims, man. He said getting melted. This is the book of Psalms 58 in
Oh
verse
yeah.
7. It says,
Come.
let them melt away as waters, which
Mm-hmm.
run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be cut into pieces. Talking about they're gonna be melted, man.
That's it.
Like peas in the oven, man. You
That's
know?
it. That's it. Beautiful. Huh? You got anything else out?
I ain't got nothing. You got something?
Okay, come. We'll go ahead and close it out on that. Unless you got one more precept that you got in mind. Got
You know,
anything else in mind?
let me go ahead and let me go back to that Revelation 14 because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Isaiah 20, man, it's like the Isaiah 20, that's going back to that remnant. I'm reading again.
That's it.
This is the book of Isaiah 20 and 21. Isaiah 10 and 21, it says, for the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be the sand of the sea, yet a remnant shall return, the consumption, the creed shall overflow with righteousness.
That's
That's
it.
it right there.
Uh, you got it out. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, hey, it's that remnant, man, because hey, like they custom to a great man, that little remnant, and it's us, man. Little one, we be a
That's it.
part of that number, man. You
That's
know,
it.
that's what we're working for, man. So we won't have to get judged. We're going through hell now, so later we won't get caught up in the times of Jacob's trouble, man. You know,
Come. I got one more precept. Salakia. Just came up. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive none of her plagues. All these plagues are going to be put on this earth, and that's specifically talking about us going up in those chairs. All right, for that ultimate plague that Brother Raheem was up there bringing out earlier, which is those ICBM missiles that's going to melt you people here. All right, Lord willing, we part of the elect. Lord willing, we part of that precious help. All right, I believe that's going to be it. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
see
Yahweh
how Ba Hashem
Bahashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Ba Hashem
Bahashem,
Rakah
Rakar
Kadash.
Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Till the next time we say, Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA,
Yay,
a
Abba.
Bible ball.